We have seen a lot of failed live action adaptations over the past few years, and while I try to be optimistic when it comes to them, unfortunately, no company has a perfect track record. And at Netflix's latest To Doom event, they showed off a bunch of new and exciting content, and of course, we saw the first real trailer for live action One Piece and teaser images for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and people are very mixed on social media, but I've gotta be honest, I am too. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now let's start off with the live action One Piece, why don't we? Now, this, of course, is a series that I've talked about a few times in videos, and I know a lot of people have a lot of high hopes for this and a lot of high expectations, but unfortunately, I personally don't. I have seen the destruction that Netflix has caused to anime adaptations. I have absolutely no trust in them, no faith in them, and while this trailer actually doesn't look the worst, I still have my reservations. Now, I'm not going to full-on react to it because Netflix does love to strike down videos where you react to their content, but it actually doesn't look all that bad. My major complaints with this, though, are by far the wigs, because the wigs look so bad, and I would say just some of the sets really look rough around the edges. Now, this is our lovely Lady Nami. Now, I've got to be honest, this actress is very pretty. I think that she is a gorgeous woman, but I feel like they really did her dirty with this wig. Nami, yes, does have shorter hair, and while this image does show it up in like a ponytail, the wig itself is just rough. The bangs are a little bit weird. It's very wavy, and it honestly just looks kind of cheap. And this is the complaint that I had with something like The Witcher. Okay, Witcher Season 1, Geralt's wig looked awful, and in Season 2, it looked a little bit better, but it's like other wigs got worse, and going into Season 3, Jaskier has a completely different wig, and it looks just nightmare fuelish. I don't know why they can't get wigs right. I understand that they're expensive, but we're talking about Netflix here. You'd think that they'd put enough money into it where they'd buy half-decent wigs. I definitely am not a fan of hers. But hers is the worst, in my opinion. This is another shot of it. Again, still looking kind of rough. At least they got the color right. I don't know why they decided to have, like, the roots show at the top, but they did decide to do that. I've also seen a lot of people questioning her outfit. It just seems like they did their best to hide the actress away, while Nami, yes, did wear a short-sleeve shirt in, some of the episodes and some of the times that we saw her. I mean, we're talking over 1,000 here. It does seem like they definitely rose the V-neck up as much as possible, brought the sleeves down as much as possible. They've also got her in jeans in, this scene. This is her full outfit. It's literally just a t-shirt and jeans. I felt like they could have made it a little bit more stylized, but they didn't. I think that Luffy looks really good. I think the outfit is solid. I also think the actor seems pretty good. Honestly, all of the actors from this clip are acting the way that they should be, and overall, I feel like this has given me a little bit more hope. And then we get into Avatar, which has really infuriated people because they released this 40-second teaser for a trailer. They showed the elements, and then they showed the logo, and then they put the 2024 there. This was an awful way to build hype around a series. Now, I will give them a tiny bit of credit because they did release some still character images that look okay, but again, I still have some problems. I feel like they have not been able to land Aang yet. I feel like this actor is probably the closest we've gotten. I still feel like something is slightly off. Maybe it is, because we haven't seen the way that he moves as Aang, and Aang moves in a very animated way. So I'm going to hold reservations. I also feel like the outfit is decent. I mean, it's simple, it's straight to the point. Nothing to really screw up there. I feel like Katara's actress looks fantastic. I think that she looks so good, and I really hope that this comes together. Then, of course, we have Sokka. Again, I feel like the costume is getting a little bit into too costumey territory, maybe looking a little bit cheap around the edges, but I think the actor himself looks pretty good. And then we have Zuko's actor. I feel like the actor could play this character, but I think what's throwing me off is, first of all, his scar looks like a black eye. It looks like they stippled on a little bit of makeup and was like, this is close enough. And the fact that they didn't have the actor wear contacts. Again, you can definitely tell that the armor's looking a little bit cheap, but overall, I don't think that I have seen anything here that is major red flag material, but at the same time, there's nothing here that makes me feel over the moon excited with these projects. I definitely think that so far these look better than Cowboy Bebop, but at the same time, that was bottom of the barrel. It looked awful. It was awful. There wasn't really anything there to praise. The issue here is the fact that with, One Piece, for instance, it was never ever meant to translate to live action. So outfits are different, visuals are different, and it's lacking any coherency with the style because it doesn't translate well. And I think Avatar could also face the same problem. I think it does look a little bit better costume-wise, but we also didn't see any video footage of these actors playing these characters, so I can't really judge. Also, people are expecting a dumpster fire with these like Cowboy Bebop, and honestly, we have no reason to trust Netflix with One Piece or Avatar. They have failed so many times when turning anime into live action, or even look at Witcher. It had a lot of good moments, but it strayed so far from the video games and books that parts of it seem like an entirely different series. And no matter what people want to believe when it comes to One Piece, I don't think Oda had much creative control. It is Tomorrow Studios who made the major decisions, the same company that did Cowboy Bebop. You can't give Netflix a pass just because you're a fan of One Piece. And let's be honest, we all want this to be good. I want this to be good. You want this to be good. But they don't have a good track record. It's like video games, okay? Jedi Survivor launched buggy and broken, and they didn't care because they knew people were such giant fans of the first game. You can totally be hopeful for this show, and I still am mildly excited for it, but I don't trust Netflix and I don't trust Tomorrow Studios. Their track records are not good. Also, let's take a look at who Netflix is working with for the Avatar series, and spoiler alert, it's not good either. They are working with Rideback. Now, here are just a few things that they have done. Terminator Salvation. Budget, $200 million. Gross, $371 million. This was the Christian Bale movie that ended up failing miserably. They have done a few good things like Sherlock Holmes and It. They did Aladdin as well. But they also, ding ding ding, did Death Note with Netflix. They are behind the Death Note monstrosity. That right there is the biggest red flag you could show me. Also, they worked with CW on a few projects like Walker, and we know how CW shows are. I mean, they are notorious for being trash fires. It says they are also, of course, working with them on Avatar, and they are going to be working in the future on the Lilo and Stitch live action, so they are focusing a lot on these live action adaptations. But yeah, as soon as I saw that they were behind Death Note, I got really, really worried. I honestly, though, don't see a way that they could ruin Avatar more than the 2010 live action film did. Let's just take a quick peek. A 5% critic and a 30% audience score. I mean, this movie was abysmal. M. Night Shyamalan really dropped the ball with this one, and it was terrible. I don't think that they could make it as bad as this one. I feel like they would seriously have to try. But at the same time, we really didn't see a lot with Avatar. One Piece's trailer looks okay. I am feeling pretty neutral about it right now, but people on social media are pretty upset about this. People are arguing. Some people think, wow, Netflix, you're really trying. It seems like you're putting a lot more time and money into this. And other people are saying, just stop, Netflix. Stop screwing our great anime shows. This is some kind of tax fraud scheme, isn't it? The cope is over. Did an AI make this tweet? Cowboy Bebop 2. Here we go again. That would be the worst case scenario, is that it is as bad as Cowboy Bebop. I hope that it is good, or at least salvageable, right? We don't watch it and our eyes bleed, but I don't have any faith in them. Avatar isn't releasing until 2024, and One Piece releases in just a few months in August, so we've still got quite a bit of time until either of these projects release. I want to be hopeful, I want to be optimistic, but at the same time, looking at the track records of these companies, there's just not a lot of faith that I can put into them at this point. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.